So we are talking with the lovely Kaitlyn Sauce, and yes, I actually call her Sauce exactly like that when I say it out loud. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kaitlyn.
We need more.
I'm Kaitlyn. I am 28. I live in Richmond, and I love to spend my free time playing video games and streaming video games.
All right. So how did you start doing live streams? Like, what inspired you to want to stream?
I don't think it was really one specific thing. I started watching Chaotic do his streams on Saturdays with the late night crew and all that. And I just kind of, one day after watching him, I started watching, is his name Richard Hammer, I think, do Binding of Isaac streams. And just watching all these people do them, it just kind of clicked with me inside. And I was like, wow, that looks really fun. I could do that and have a good time doing that. I've always been good at, talking, not face to face, but I did like YouTube videos when I was much younger, and I've always been good at talking to a camera. So I thought, it seems like something I'd enjoy, and it very much is now.
Hey, you did YouTube videos. What was your channel, and what kind of videos did you do?
Well, I was like 16, so I'm not going to disclose the channel name. It doesn't exist anymore anyways. I was like a teenager. I did vlogs and just talked about my day and stuff. Looking back, it's kind of embarrassing. Before I deleted it, I went back and looked at the videos, and it was painful.
We all started out in a painful way on YouTube. I remember.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I first started YouTube. I didn't even know what my channel would be. I had this crazy idea that I was going to do this wrestling fed, and this was before I started doing the whole WFS thing. I was doing this thing called GWE, which at the time stood for Ghetto Wrestling Entertainment. Yeah, I honestly thought I was hardcore like that. I didn't have any recording software. I had nothing. All I had was, those slide Nokia phones?
Yes.
I had one of those to record with.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that really turned out kind of well, especially since I didn't post anything wrestling related on there. I posted maybe one or two MVs that I did. That was it, and they weren't even done well. They were done in, like, Windows XP's Movie Maker.
Hey, we all got to start somewhere. That's what I used to use. I used Movie Maker too.
Yeah, but I didn't actually do any real editing. I just took 3 episodes of Naruto and had Movie Maker pretty much do it for me. With a title screen and a title screen at the beginning and end of the video. Yep. And it was also during my 3 days grace phase. They were on the rage.
Yeah, they were. I know when I was in high school, everybody liked them.
So what inspired your stream name?
It's literally just, I really like Parks and Recreation, and Andy's band is called Mouserat, and that's honestly all there is to it. I think in an episode, somebody, maybe even Andy himself says Mouseratrules, and that's where it came from.
Mouseratrules. So Parks and Recs. That means you're kind of into those kind of. Would you call them sitcoms? Because while they are very situational and they are comedies, they aren't in the same format as your standard sitcom.
Yeah,
Roseanne and Friends.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of Friends. I don't know. It's not the same as Friends. Because, sitcoms, I generally think, Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, where you got the laugh track, and it's, haha, my mom's kind of humor. I don't know what you'd call it, but, yeah, I kind of like that, whatever the genre is of show, Parks and Rec, The Office, things like that, I definitely like.
What is your favorite genre of video games?
I guess it would be considered like action adventure. Things like BioShock is, of course, my favorite game series. Things like Shadow of the Colossus being my favorite game. I think that falls under action adventure. Um, that's pretty much mostly what I play. I like games that still have, combat, but it's more open-ended. There's heavy emphasis on the story and exploration. Any game kind of up that alley I'm really into, but I also very much like some of these very off-genre indie games. And of course, none come to mind specifically.
Like Binding of Isaac?
Well, Binding of Isaac, I was just going to say, I also like that type of game too, like the roguelike dungeon crawls. I love Binding of Isaac, Rogue Legacy, Enter the Gungeon. I really like those kinds of games too.
Yeah. I would peg Binding of Isaac more of the top-down run and gun games, like Smash TV. That's what I got when I played. That's the feeling I got when I played.
I've never played Smash TV, but I know the creator fashioned it after the dungeons in the original Legend of Zelda. Ooh, don't quote me on that. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I remember.
Actually, he fashioned it after he... No, wait, no, that game came out first. I was thinking, oh no, he fashioned it after The Running Man, but no, that actually came out after, I think. Maybe
because I believe I read something that said the original Legend of Zelda, how the dungeons worked and room to room, and you got the different layouts and the different monsters, that he kind of fashioned it in lieu of that. And along with other things too. I mean, more than one inspiration.
Yeah. So just those games, like, what about platformers? So what's your opinion on those?
Platformers are good, though I'm confused as to... I had this discussion with Nathan, my boyfriend, last night, about what really qualifies as a platformer, because he says anything with platforms. I was playing The Last Guardian, and he referred to that as a platformer, but I wouldn't consider that a platformer. When I think platformer, I don't know, I think games like Crash Bandicoot comes to mind, and I don't even know if that's technically considered a platformer, but things like that, Mario games, things similar like that, typically side-scrolling, jumping up and down, collectathons, kind of like that I consider a platformer. Even games like, I know, I haven't played it, but I've seen Banjo-Kazooie.
Good game.
Things like that. Yeah, I hear it's really great. I really should play it sometime. I consider those platformers, and they're fun, and I enjoy them, but I don't play them as much now. I feel like it's something I was much more centric on when I was younger, like as a teenager and a kid, as opposed to what I play now.
Right. Have you heard of Owlboy?
I have, and I really want to play it. That looks so
good.
It
does. I was watching Commander Holly and Ross play it on her channel, and it looks very well done. It's
I had seen it mentioned in one of the videos Video Game Donkey did, and it just looks it looks so good. The art is amazing. The premise sounds really cool. I haven't watched anybody play it yet, which is kind of frustrating because I really want to see it, but I really want to play it for myself. And I might be buying it soon.
You should consider streaming that.
I have been. I'll have to see how technical things go and where I've got the time and everything. So I've definitely got it up for consideration, though.
I had another thing I actually wanted to ask outside the main questions I was saying you. And I forgot it. I really did forget it.
It'll come to you later.
Yeah, I probably will. What is your recording setup like?
Bad.
It's like that.
It's not the best, but it works. If I'm doing PC, I'm using, what is my laptop? It's an Acer. Ooh, I'm sorry. That's my phone. It's fine. An Acer something. I know it's one of their gaming laptops. I got it back in 2014. It was going out of production, and I got it for a good price. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's dated now, but when I got it, it was pretty good. I use that. I use XSplit for recording and streaming. Sometimes I'll do it from my PS4. As far as video, I have. Oh, I can't remember which Logitech camera it is right now. I know it's a very common one.
It's at the C920.
That's it. I was like,
I have it too.
20. Yeah, so I use that for camera. I use depending on what I'm doing, I will use Turtle Beach PX22, I think it is. I don't really use that one that often. That's why
How good are they?
I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Honestly, I had a Roswell set that I enjoyed much, much more than the Turtle Beach headset. It was comfy. It was super, soundproof, immersive, and it vibrated. So say I'm playing Skyrim and Dragonlance, the headset vibrates. It was great. I loved it. Detachable mic. It was only $40. It was amazing. So that compared to the Turtle Beach, I'll take the Roswell one. But now I've got a Blue Yeti mic. And I like that above all of the others, though. I really prefer that over any headset.
Right. I when I was sort of starting out getting more into the gaming side of YouTube, like the Left 4 Deads and stuff, I would always go Turtle Beach. I had I got the Turtle Beach X Force 11s, I think that's what they were called, or X11s. I don't know. They were at the time they were like the biggest thing because Turtle Beach is like a popular name. They sucked.
Yeah, that's what I got sold on. My Roswell set had broke, and I was streaming. It was the one and only night I streamed The Evil Within, and my Roswell mic went out. So I had just lived down the street from a GameStop, and I went up there and I was like, "Do you guys sell USB headsets? I really need one right this instant." And they were like, "Oh, well, a lot of popular streamers and gamers and competitive gamers really like this Turtle Beach headset," and I paid like $70, and they are not even that comfortable to wear. I tell people, sorry, Turtle Beach, but I don't recommend anybody buy a Turtle Beach headset now, honestly. There's better out there. It's for the fancy brand. MLG, they're not great.
whoever worked at that GameStop should be fired, to be honest, because any true to heart gamer would tell you that Turtle Beaches suck. Absolutely.
Yeah,
like the mute thing on all their mics, they never work. You can always hear what they're listening to. It's not good.
Well, fun story, if I may say a little side thing here about that GameStop. That GameStop, for the record, was not the best. Again, I bought The Evil Within from there, and it wasn't my cup of tea. I did not like it. And so I took it back to see if I could trade it in or exchange it. I had only opened it, been playing it for maybe an hour or two. Yeah.
That was your mistake. All GameStops will not. That was
my mistake. Yep. But that wasn't the issue so much. That was not the issue. The issue was the manager at that GameStop. I don't know what bug crawled up his butt. I walked in there, though, and he looked at me the whole time. I said, I didn't really like it. I'd like to trade it in or exchange it, or what can I do with this? And he looked at me with the weirdest look, like I was crazy. And he starts going on about, "Oh, you didn't like it? I heard it was really scary." And I go, "Well, maybe it is to some people, but it wasn't to me. I didn't find it very scary." And he keeps going with, "Oh, I had this guy call me at 9 o'clock at night telling me, 'Man, this game is so great. I'm so scared. Thanks for selling it to me.'" And I'm like, "Okay, man, that's cool. I just want to return the game, please." And he kept going and going, looking at me like I was insane for not enjoying this game. And he's like, "Are you sure? Have you played it at night?" And I was like, "Bro, cool it. Just return my game. So I turned it in then, and I wanted to get Smash Brothers for the DS, and I went, hey, do you have any physical copies of Smash Brothers? And he kind of scoffed and went, oh, you didn't pre-order it? We don't have any physical copies. You should have pre-ordered it. And I was like, okay, well, I will take a digital code then. And he's like, well, what about Pokemon? Are you going to pre-order Pokemon? I'm like, no. I just left, and I wouldn't go. I still won't go in that GameStop with him. I just felt, that's the kind of thing I don't like about some GameStops, is that sometimes they'll get kind of snobby with you. And I don't like that. I've met some really great GameStop employees before, but I don't appreciate when I go in there and when I say I don't like something, you talk to me like I should like it and I just don't know what I'm talking about, or harshing on me for not pre-ordering. Not everybody's rich, man.
I mean, how dare you insult the work of Shinji Mikami, huh?
Of who?
Shinji Mikami, that's the guy who made Evil Within.
That's how much I care about that.
Yeah, he talked to you like you insulted someone's life work when really he just said you didn't like a game.
He really did. And hey, whoever likes it, more power to you. Everybody's got their own type of game they like. I know I heard a lot of people say if you liked Resident Evil, you'd like it, but I've never played a Resident Evil game. So I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
It doesn't have the same lore as the original Resident Evils. It's more tailored towards your Resident Evils like 4 and 5. When they switched it from the tank controls to the action shooter, which I mean, I mean, this is probably going to be an insult to everybody that's a Resident Evil fan. I think Resident Evil 6 is great. It's fun.
I know that's an unpopular opinion.
It is a very unpopular opinion, but I think it's actually pretty fun for what it is. Yeah, it took many steps backwards into the whole just action, but it was still fun, and it actually told a decent story. And I think that's probably what attracts me a lot to it. And
if it was that to you, then it succeeded. That's what a good game should be.
Yeah.
As long as you enjoyed playing it, then good. That's all that matters. You liked playing it.
And speaking of people at GameStop, about a week ago, I went to buy my mom Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition because she really wanted it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get it for her. Even though she has the Legendary Edition on PC, she owns it, and her computer can run it. I just figured, why not? She would probably get more enjoyment out of that. And this guy straight up said, I don't know why you're buying this. And I just looked at him. I looked at him with like the smuggest look, because he had like, I could tell when somebody acts elitist. I tend to act it myself. Although I do it in a completely joking manner. I don't ever actually get serious with it.
Nah, you're not an elitist at all.
But the guy looks at me with this elitist smirk and said, I already own this. I have it on the PC. And I'm like, huh.
Good
I'm buying
for you, buddy.
And I just look at him, I smirk back, and I'm like, I'm getting it from my mom. And he changed his tone completely. He's like, oh, well, that's actually very nice of you. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, now it's nice. Now it's nice, since it's for my mom. That's ridiculous.
Like, oh, yeah, your mom plays video games?
I've never understood the attitude of, well, I already played that. I already own it. I'm like, that's good for you. What do you want? A cookie? You beat it before me. Congrats.
It really did feel like that. I just kept thinking in my head, this is the kind of attitude I really hate. And I've seen this with not just the Skyrim thing, even though I've personally said I don't see the point.
Oh, it seems like a kind of across the board in gaming. I mean, not everybody's like that, of course, but you do get those people who are like, well, I beat it. Well, I have that. Like, it's
like, good for you. Are you going to stop me from spending my money in my way?
I don't like when people use it to kind of halt others from enjoying it, or making them feel like they shouldn't enjoy it. Like when people go, oh, but that game's so old. Because that just kind of downs on the person playing it. Maybe they really like it. Maybe they like old games. Don't ruin anybody's gaming experience.
Exactly, and to use the phrase that's so old, I remember when I was like that. I was 12 once, and I said, "Old games are just stupid." And then 10 years later, I'm like, "Yo, I really want all these old games, and they're like $60 a pop. I don't know what to do anymore." It's
Now
the
my games are old games.
All right, let's get back on to the next question. So what games do you, or what games or content do you see yourself streaming in the future?
I know I have plans. A lot of it depends on when I have my new desktop set up, but I'm planning some PlayStation 4 streaming, hopefully after the holidays. I'd like to buy Dishonored
And
and
hopefully you'll
Dishonored
have that
2.
capture card that I'm too lazy to get around to
Oh,
sending.
don't worry about that. Um, and I'd like to stream both the Dishonored games because I started playing Dishonored on PC. I played a couple hours. It was really cool. And the new one looks unbelievable. Trying to think what else is coming out for PlayStation. Zero Horizon. Is that what it's called? The
I don't know.
robot dinosaur. I don't remember the exact name. I honestly haven't seen it since E3. I'm not very in the loop about that kind of stuff. But it's the one with the redheaded girl and the robot dinosaurs and whatever that game was. Looks great. Want to
I
play
think I
it.
know
Would
what you're
love to
talking
see it.
about.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen the trailer for it, you know what it is. I'd also like to, of course, do Owlboy once I get my desktop set up. I have this huge Steam library, just game after game after game. Let me pull this up real quick because I know I've got what I wanted to
The
stream
story of every Steam user's
specifically.
life. They have
Yeah,
more games in their library than they'll ever play.
summer sale happened. I'd love to get
When it
back to
still
my.
happens.
Yeah, I dropped $200 on summer sale once.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, when I say my library is full, my library is full. I've got too much. I'd love to
Yo,
stream,
family sharing?
back to doing Binding of Isaac because I know they're working on Afterbirth Plus. Subnautica's on my list of things to stream. The Cat Lady I'd like to do. That's a really dark one, not for everybody, but I think it's a very interesting game. I really definitely, when I have the capability to plan to stream the Dark Souls games. They're
Nice.
tough as nails, but I really like them. The sense of satisfaction you get from those is
I
unbelievable.
know, you die like 50 times going to the first boss, and then when you finally kill the first boss, it
Yes, you're
feels
like,
so
I
invigorating.
did it. Exactly. Because I very much didn't think I'd like those. And I was like, this game's too hard. But then I really tried and begun to understand it. And oh man, it unlocked everything for me. So good. So rage inducing. I'd like to do, I've got Dead Space, Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together. I've streamed both before. Very fun. I'd love to do those again. Honestly, I've got some older games like Elder Scrolls Oblivion I'd like to do.
Are you gonna do E and B on those?
E&B?
Yeah,
What's E&B?
it's a series of graphical overhauls that will change. They have them for Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I don't know if they have it for the special edition yet, but it'll completely change the game, make it look beautiful.
Well,
Uh,
then, if I can run it, heck yeah. I'd also like to do, like I said, Subnautica, The Forest. I'd like to revisit that. I haven't played it in a long time, and I thought that game had a lot of potential. Things like Hand of Fate, which is kind of like a D&DS card type. Well, it's based cards in the games, but then when it hits a battle, it switches to you've got a character and you fight things. But it's kind of along the lines of D&D where it's like you move to the left. Ooh, what's behind that door? I think it's really, really fun. The list goes on and on. I Am Bread. I'd love to do Left 4 Dead games with some friends sometimes. The list goes on and on and on and on. It just goes down. One thing I don't think I'll do again that I see on this list though is Rust. I streamed that a few times, and while it was fun, it was also incredibly frustrating. I I don't play many multiplayers, but that was the first time I was introduced to stream snipers, and I didn't really like it as much after that. I know they did a whole new version of it, but I think my time has come and gone for Rust. Not many people I know even play it anymore. I'd love to do things like Terraria with some friends, and honestly, I'm considering doing Undertale pretty soon. I had to do my laptop freaked out once, and I had to do a factory reset. So even though I played Undertale already, all my save files reset,
Ooh.
so I can start clean.
Funny thing about Rust, I wanted to get that game at one point,
Wasn't
and
worth it.
I know it's not worth it, but there was only one reason why I wanted to get it. I think a year ago, maybe 2 years. Um, Steam Train did the Steam Slay,
Oh,
I
they
think.
did the Christmas one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
get
just
on the
ran.
ground. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I just wanted to play it for that, even if it was like in the middle of July. Just
That's
yell,
about
"Do
how
it
the
for
game
Christmas!"
was all the time. That's what playing Rust was. Like people came, they had guns, and you did what they want, or they killed you, or they killed you anyways. I remember. I was playing with someone I used to be friends with, and he ran the server, and it was impressive. It became one of the like top 10 Rust servers because he actually cared, was a good admin. I helped on the server for a little bit. It was a well-run server. There was an arena, and they had battle pits sometimes, and they would TP everybody to the arena to watch fights, and it was really great. Um, but there was some guy who was being a jerk to everybody, and uh, we'd just like go find him. He'd have nothing. We'd hold him up with guns and just kind of follow him around and make his day miserable. And when it got dark, he'd go hide outside his house. And I think his name was like Humpty or something. He'd just like hide behind the rocks where he
Humpty.
couldn't see him out the window. And he'd be like, Humpty. And the guy was like, who the fuck is that? Stop it. And it was really funny.
So
I'm sure on that guy's end, it was super obnoxious. But
so
that's just
pretty
what he
much
did.
so pretty much those people pulled warriors on them on
Yeah.
Humpty.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It was kind of like that.
with the
But that's
finger
pretty much what
syllables or
happened.
symbols and everything.
Oh, I don't know. I've actually never seen the Warriors. I only know the
Oh, it's pretty
Warriors.
good.
I'll have to watch it sometime. I know everybody's like, "What do you mean you haven't seen the Warriors?" I just haven't gotten around to it. But
I haven't
that's what
gotten
it
around to seeing
was.
Fight Club, so
Starting out in Rust was incredibly hard because they do have newbie friendly servers, but if you're not on one of those, good luck. You're gonna die. The first time I ever played it, we didn't know the map. Everybody kept killing us. It took me like 3 days of trying to find my friend in there before I could find him. And then if you get killed and you don't have a sleeping bag and you don't know the map, guess what? 3 more days of finding your friend.
oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, it was. I haven't played the new version, quote unquote, that they made or are still working on. Who knows? Rust was always a half finished game. But
It was an
Rust
early
was
access
really
game.
fun.
Most of them
Yeah,
were. I mean,
yeah.
Orion was too, and I actually really love that too.
I don't think I've ever played that.
It's pretty much a dinosaur killing game. You're
Oh,
supposed to capture these points, and there are dinosaurs that are
oh.
hazards that
I
are trying to
had a
kill you.
free pass to play that one weekend on Steam, but I never played it.
It's fun, but it's very. You can tell what kind of game it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. There's always those games that you can definitely tell they're early access.
Oh, yeah, and Rust was one of those. Kill a wolf, chicken breast. Kill a bear, chicken breast. Kill a deer, chicken breast. Everything, chicken breast. Kill a pig, chicken breast.
Jesus. So outside of gaming, do you plan on streaming anything else like art or maybe you have some secret talent like cooking that you may want to start doing like a gaming food network type of
Possibly
dealio?
art. art, I think. I tried streaming art a few times, but since then I've really kind of stepped back and I'm trying to just grasp a lot of basics to kind of make my art better because I didn't take art classes, I didn't go to college, so there's a lot I'm missing that many people in digital art know that I don't. So I'm just kind of building that foundation, and when I get to a place where I feel comfortable, I would love to start doing art streams again. I really like creative streams. I think they're super fun to watch. So that's definitely something I could see myself doing.
You know that Eagle Raptor never went to art school?
Yes, and that gives me hope because honestly, I never considered animation as something I'd want to do. But it is now definitely a point I am working towards because I saw all these animators on YouTube who just picked up as a hobby, and I think it was Ego Raptor or it was Ross, somebody from Game Grumps. I think it was Aaron who said it about it just kind of feels like a natural flow where you're like, well, next thing I do is make the picture move, and that kind of clicked with me.
I think he's talked about that on Toon Grumps actually.
Yeah, I think it was an episode of Toon Grumps that was on. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And the more I watched the animation process and how it worked, I just got really interested in it. And I don't know, it's something hopefully someday I can get there. You know, that's my ultimate goal.
That's pretty cool. I tried to delve into animation, but I have no artistic talent. What I wanted to try to do was sprite animation, and that only got so far.
I find that extremely impressive, though. I don't understand sprites. I cannot grasp pixel art. So anybody who can do anything like that, even basics,
I mean, I can do
I'm
pixel art.
impressed.
I can do pixel art. I used to do it all the time in Minecraft.
Well, that impresses me because I cannot.
I mean, I'll send you a link to
the.
the album that I have all my pixel art stuff in. I'll send you a link to that. And you can see it yourself.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, me and my friends would actually make creative servers just to build pixel art.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really fun. Oh, here's a good question.
Okay.
Will you ever make YouTube videos? And you mentioned earlier that you did. But would you ever continue on making YouTube videos? Like, would you ever get back into it? Or would you just...
I tried to get back into it, and I do have a channel right now under the same moniker, but the videos are not very good. They're pretty old. It was before I got into streaming, so I wasn't quite used to talking to the camera yet. I was adjusting to it, so much of it is very awkward and not well put together. But it's not the worst. I'd like to get back into it because I'd like to focus on streaming more, I think. I would do YouTube videos if I did them secondary, but it's hard to find time in the day when you work, do regular life things, try to stream, try to have some semblance of a social life once in a blue moon. It's tricky to fit all that in there. I'm not going to rule it out as a possibility of doing those again, but I wouldn't hold my breath for it to happen.
You know, you should. I think I actually talked to you about this forever ago. You should consider posting your archives onto YouTube to kind of expand your audience a little bit more.
That's something I'd consider. I know some people do like stream highlights.
Yeah.
And that's something I'd consider that. I think that would be the easiest way for me to do it because it's just a real issue of time. Not that I don't want to. It's just time between streaming, recording videos, editing, all that good stuff.
It is a pain to
do.
Take from me, I end up doing all that as well. I stream, I record, I edit, I script. I mean, I have to do it all, and I'm just by myself. Yeah, it's a hassle.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's your stance on gaming today? Like, what do you feel is good? What do you feel is bad? What do you think you would change? And do you think it's better now than it was 10, 20, 30 years ago? I'm not saying you were alive 30 years ago. I'm saying,
Well,
like, just
20
in a
years ago, I was
retrospective.
8.
I'm saying in a
So,
retrospective sense.
um, I don't know. The thing I feel that I don't like, I was recently talking to somebody about this, is in gaming today, I feel like franchises are milked far beyond when they should. Um, I don't know. I mean, not to down on anybody who likes them, but you see repeat after repeat of Call of Duty game, Assassin's Creed games, things like that, or Halo, where it's just one after another, after another, after another. And I feel like it just kind of, it doesn't get me interested in them. It makes me want to play them less. It just feels like repetition to me. But that's just, of course, my personal opinion. Um, I used to be a fan of early access, but really I do not like that anymore. I think that's a bad thing in gaming. Unless your game is really solid to begin with, I don't think you have any business being early access and asking people for money. Um, I know myself and a lot of other people have bought broken games, unfinished Rust games, um, things like that. And I feel like it's kind of almost scammy in a sense where you're like, you know, this isn't done or really playable, but you want money for it. And I've grown weary of that. But good things, I definitely like. I feel like as I've gotten older, indie games have become more prevalent and more available, and they are some of the most interesting games I come across. And I really like that that's so readily available. You know, you've got these sites like Game Jolt, what is it, IndieDB, things like that, where you can just go um, see anybody's game and play it. And I love that. I really, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really love all the remasters lately too.
I do
It's
too.
it's great to take a game
Well,
you
to an
love,
extent.
just it to an extent. Um,
I still
some
think
aren't.
Twilight Princess was very lazily done.
I haven't played that one, so I can't say.
It's the
But
same
things
thing
like,
as the one on the Wii, just upscaled.
oh, I've never played the one on the Wii, but things like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, why does Skyrim get a remaster, not Oblivion? Well, Oblivion would have to be a remake, not a remaster. Let's get that out of the way. But I think it's great to take a well-loved game, spruce it up a little bit, and go, hey, enjoy it again or enjoy it for the first time. I think that's a great thing. It's refreshing. You get to re-experience something you love. I like it, and I also really like. Oh no, I forgot what I really liked. That one escaped my mind. There was something else I liked, and I can't recall. Um, I don't know. I think gaming is going good places, but it still has its low points, as it always has.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I actually
Oh,
did have some. What?
because I saw it on my screen. Too many DLCs. Hate it. Do not like that that's a thing that's popular among large games today, where it's like, here's the base game, and then evolve, everything else is DLC.
Dead or
Uh,
Alive 5. Everything is
do
DLC.
not like that. I again, much like early access, I feel like you're scamming people out of money.
Uh, Street Fighter DLC out the wazoo.
Mhm. Yeah, anything like that.
You have to spend like
Even
$200
if
to get
like,
everything.
yeah, and a lot of the DLC sometimes isn't even significant. It's like $5 for a basic thing. Sims has become that, which is why I look towards just free mods people have made, because, you know, EA wants $20 for a set of patio furniture now, and that's just stupid.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber I watch called Lazy Game Reviews. He is
Hmm.
pretty much like he is a well-known Sims fanboy, and he
It's
hates
a good game.
it is. He hates the amount of game and stuff packs that they've been releasing for the Sims 4, and
Yeah,
he
my
hated
big
so
complaint
much.
about oh, I'm sorry.
He hated so much that in one of the videos he said, "All right, this is Ralph." He had like a little uh, the stuffed doll thing that looks like one of those cheaply made like voodoo dolls.
Hmm.
And he said, with every stuff pack that comes out, I'm cutting off one of his limbs.
Ralph didn't last very long, did he?
Nope. And then he got revived as an army guy.
Yeah, my big complaint with Sims 4 is that I bought it when it first came out and I was very let down because it was bare bones. I mean, basic
Yeah.
Sims 3, you couldn't change like Sims 3, you could put like any fabric on anything. It was great. The customization uh options were endless, felt endless at least. And the expansions were great. And yeah, Sims 4 has some interesting things. Like the go to work is all right. And I've got the one where you can have your own like bakery, small business thing. And it's good, but I don't know. It just feels like they're trying to squeeze every penny out of you. They give you a basic bare game and then go buy all our expansion packs. And I don't like that.
Yeah, and they weren't even transparent about it. They were really like closed in about it, and they were just like, "Oh no, this is really good, I promise."
Yeah,
But it
it's
really
not.
wasn't. It's pretty much just stuff that should have been in the base game. Just you're making us pay for it.
Yeah, because I mean, your basic options just for clothing, even just for even clothing, just feel so limited, so very limited. And yeah, you can stretch your Sim's face around and sculpt it, and that's cool.
But you can do
But
that in Sims 3.
yeah, I'm not wowed. I haven't picked it up in a very long time because it wasn't that good. If another Sims game comes out, I probably won't buy it.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. I've not been a huge Sims guy. I played it every so often, and then 3 years ago, EA released 3 or 4 years ago, EA released the entirety of Sims 2, like Sims 2 and
That
all the
was a
expansion
game.
packs. They were giving it away for free. It was on there on the house. No, it wasn't on there on the house thing. It was they sent an email out to everybody that had Origin and
Mhm.
said just use this code and you'll get the entirety of Sims 2 for free. I
Oh
did
yeah, they
it,
do
and
that like every month or so.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm actually into Sims again because there was a point in time where I was into it, but then I kind of fell out of it, and then I kind of got resparked into it with Sims 2, and then I got Sims 3, and I got a couple of the packs for it. Then I heard Sims 4 was coming out. I'm like, well, it has to be a little bit better, right?
Mm.
And
Mm-mm.
I waited for a while until it was like on sale to get it. Like I got it for like $30, I believe, with the deluxe upgrade.
Yeah, because that's what I got too, the deluxe, and I don't know what was so deluxe about it.
I mean, it was just Sims 3.5, really,
Yeah. And here's the
and they
thing.
took everything out.
You know what they don't even have?
What?
All these expansions. Where's the pets, EA? I think it would be a heck of a lot better if you just gave us the pet expansion we all want.
No, they're not, you're not getting the pet expansion, but here's what you are getting: butlers.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah, yeah, butlers came back in the latest stuff pack.
I thought you could already hire a maid, though.
Nope, this is a full-fledged butler, like with a full-fledged
But
suit, not a frilly dress, a
But
suit.
what's the point? You're supposed to make your people do things, not have people do things for your people you made that you're supposed to make do things.
Well, the thing is, you can't make the butlers. They are randomly generated. You have to pretty much hire. It's pretty much like a luck of the draw. You have to hire them,
Well,
and
what
if
does
you
he
don't like them,
do?
then you have to fire them, and then you keep on having to hire and fire these butlers until you get the one that
Uh,
suits you.
that but what does he do?
They do what your sim wants them to do.
And they're gonna want $40 for it, I'm sure.
I wouldn't know. I actually just saw the review on it today, and it looked not worth the
That makes no
$10
sense.
because I
Yeah.
mean the stuff that it came with it looked really interesting. It had some nice looking doors, some wall designs, uh,
Right. The good
posters.
stuff.
It had some good stuff in it, but not good enough for $10. Like for $10, I expect like a bit of a new gameplay mechanic, or at least bringing back an old one.
Well, even just a like decent item set, I think, depending on what it is worth the $10. But I feel like the item sets have been just not that great.
Yeah, like
Not to me, at least.
the camp one that they had like around the time the game got released. That wasn't a bad buy for $10.
Hmm. Yeah, you want new gameplay mechanics. You want the things like the job, the small business one,
And I would like to see
things
my
like
sim
that.
walk from the house to the job.
Do they do that in Sims 4? I haven't played it in
They
so long.
don't.
Oh.
You don't even get to see your sim at
But
work.
they do that in Sims 3, don't they?
You don't get to see them walk there or drive there, but you can see them while they're at their work.
In Sims 4?
In Sims 3. You can
Oh,
actually
in
get to
Sims
see the
3.
inside of the building and stuff, not just the outside like in Sims 4.
Oh, I don't remember that. Well, in Sims 4 now, there's three or four jobs that you can go to work and make them do things at work.
Yeah, and everything else is in packs, either game packs or stuff packs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No.
Um, quick question:
Sure.
are you into the retro game collecting field?
Yes and no. I dabble.
You
I would
dabble?
not say I'm big into it, but like you put me in front of like PS2 games or PS1 games, or if I had an SNES or an S, I would be all about those.
Hmm. I'm asking because like I've sort of been in the collecting thing for
Mhm.
like 2 years, 2.5 years. It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, tell me where I can find Tomba for under $80, please.
Well, if you want a reproduction, maybe you'll
Nah, I've
find
been
it.
on the hunt for the real deal, and I found it at MagFest one year, but it was $80 there too, and I was like, oh, I want to play that little pink-haired animal boy again, but I don't want to spend $80 quite yet. But eBay, it's 80, 80, 80, and I'm like, but it's only a PS1 game, but that was a good game. I don't care what anybody says, Tomba was the best.
One thing I will tell you: imports, best thing ever.
Yeah, but then aren't they in other languages?
They are, but like if it's like a platforming game or something like that, something that you don't really need to read into.
Oh, that would be one I want to read into though, because everybody says weird things and it's really fun and quirky.
Uh, well, yeah, but like if you're just getting a platforming game that you don't need to read into, or a racing game, it's your best friend. Importing
Oh
games
yeah,
are your
like if it
best
was a
friend.
Mario game, I don't care if it's in English, they don't talk anyways.
Yeah, because I got like a set of imports like sitting right behind me. I got a bunch of Famicom, Super Famicom
Hmm.
games, and I'm just thinking to myself, no one's really tapped this resource yet.
Yeah.
And I'm always shocked at how readily available some of these games are because they're hella hard to find outside of Japan. And then I kind of answer my own question to why they're so hard to find. It's because
Yeah, because they're all in Japan.
US kind of got jerked out. But I got I got Super Mario RPG, which now I have to try to learn Japanese, which is going to
Yeah,
be very
you
hard.
got to read that one.
Yeah, sadly. And Secret of Mana.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to try to get Secret of Mana 2, which is, I forgot the Japanese name for it.
Hmm.
But it's actually like the third one in the series, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, Secret of Mana 1 is actually the second game in that series in Japan.
Weird.
Yeah, I did not realize that. And now I'm like, I should try to get all these. Because, holy hell.
Yeah. It's good to have a whole series.
Yeah, it really is. I almost have my Mario collection complete. Well, not like all the Mario games, but like all of the Mario Super Nintendo games. I have almost all of them. I just need to get the Super Mario collection.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nuts. You got Yoshi's Island?
Yes.
Yes. That when Yoshi's Island came out, I remember seeing it in the store and I begged my mother for Yoshi's Island, and it is still one of my favorite games today. I adore, I truly adore Yoshi's Island. So good.
I love it. I just hate. I just hate that the game is one long escort mission.
Yeah, I won't lie. The baby is obnoxious, and he's just as obnoxious in the new Yoshi's Island. But I don't know. I feel like the rest of the game is good enough to forgive it.
It's a good game. They really run in a whole like mess of different enemies that are unique.
Yeah, and the music
Oh,
and the art style. I love it all.
yeah. Apparently, like at the beginning when you see all that stuff go down, like at the beginning cutscene. Apparently, they wanted to make Yoshi's Island that style of game.
Hmm.
Yeah, the whole like digitized sprite like they did with Donkey Kong Country.
Okay,
They
gotcha.
wanted to do the entire game in that style, and uh, I think it was Shigeru Miyamoto that pretty much just said, "Let's not do that. Let's make it look like a drawing." And
Yeah, I very much like that style. I don't know, it feels cute and whimsical and just, I don't know, it's nice.
holy hell! Just off topic, I just looked up Tomba for PS1 in Japan.
Hmm.
$98.
See, it's cheaper in America. In Japan, I think it's Tom B, and then it's Tom Ba in America.
No, in
Because
Japan
everybody's like,
It's Ore Tomba.
then where is it? It's Tom B somewhere because when I started looking it up, I was like, it's Tom Ba, but some things say Tom B. It's not Tom. I've never known it as Tom B.
Amazon
It's
has
Tom Ba.
Tomba for $60.
You better send me that link.
I'll send it to you after we're done here. Let's see. So, collecting. Do you ever plan on getting more active in collecting, or do you think that it's just you'd rather just get some of the games from your childhood and you'll be fine?
I don't think I would ever collect for the sake of collecting. I would, because I know some people are like, I just want all of it. I don't care if I like it, I just want all. I don't think I'd ever collect like that. I would only collect things I either really wanted to play or have played and I really love. Uh, Things like that. I don't know if I'd just collect something I'd never heard of. Um, I don't think I'd get into it that far.
Yeah, that's the kind of ordeal I've been going through. Is like, what kind of video game collector do I want to be? Do I want to be that guy that needs the entire library of NES games,
Hmm.
SNES games, N64 games, or do I want to be that guy that just has most of the games from his childhood and maybe some games that I you know I've liked, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I do know one thing. I want to try to collect all the consoles.
Oh, I think that's a yeah. I can get behind that one.
I think that's more
That would be fun.
realistic. Like, I could get the consoles, or at least the consoles that support like composite video, or I can RGB mod and
Hmm.
have them work on on my HDTV, and then I could just get like flash cards or something like that and just be fine.
Yeah.
Because that's much cheaper than just collecting every single freaking game on planet Earth.
Yeah, that's hard. I've seen some impressive game walls, and I'm just like, whew, I don't think I have the time or patience or money for
Like
that.
freaking how in God's name is Little Samson $1,000? It's a good game, but I would never
Is it?
spend. It is. It actually is a really good game. But it was the problem with it is that it was made so late in the original Nintendo's lifespan.
Hmm.
Like it was made in 91. So the Super
Oh, that
Nintendo was
was,
already out.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, it wasn't a good time for I think Taito made it actually, or Taito or IRM. I don't remember. But yeah, it wasn't a good time for the games that came out then. And so few of those games were actually made, and they're so freaking hard to find. That Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, surprisingly, is also hard to find. So many good games are really hard to find.
oh, you mean the original, not the dual disc with the Final Fantasy game?
No, I got the dual disc
Okay,
with the
because I'm
Final
like,
Fantasy.
that's
I'm
easy to
set.
find.
It is, and $25 for the entire thing complete. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how people are so willing to spend over 100 for a game. Like I think 100 is more than enough for a retro game if I really want it bad enough.
If you really love something.
Yeah, but I've seen people spend like 300 and I'm like, "Yo, you could I mean there's so much other stuff you could get. You could, pay my bills with it."
Right.
Like I kind of just look at him like, "Hey, I'll sell you my life if you pay my bills." Uh, okay, so I know I kind of asked you a similar question similar question twice actually. Um, what is what do you see yourself doing in the future for your hobby of gaming or streaming? Well, you already answered the streaming, but pretty much just as a whole, like what do you see yourself doing in the future that might impact in a good way for your streaming and for your just for you building a brand, really.
I think honestly, because I've been out of it for a while, and I think is what's going to be the biggest change for me is just kind of getting through some personal stuff I've got going on, and just getting back into a place where I've got the more time, a bit more energy to put into it, because that really changes, my ability to enjoy the games and engage with viewers and just kind of have fun as a whole. And I think just once I get a couple things squared away, it's really going to turn things around, and it'll really kind of bring back what I've been missing from it, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Makes absolute perfect sense. And I guess that would be the end of the interview. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview.
Anytime.
Could I where can whoever, like the 2 or 3 people that might watch this, where can they reach you?
I am at Mouseratrules on Twitter.
Just Twitter? What about Twitch? Oh, it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like I want to
It's
know
been a
all
while.
spectrums.
I don't remember my Twitch channel off the top of my head. I think it is, yeah, it's Twitch TV. It's just Twitch TV, Mouseratrules, Twitter, Mouseratrules, pretty much across the board. You put in Mouseratrules and you'll find me.
That's awesome. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the rambling that Kayla and I shared amongst each other, because we do that.
I had fun.
I did too. And I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I really did enjoy this. If you did, leave a thumbs up. That'll help out a lot. If you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. And you should also subscribe to me, Kaitlyn.
I already am.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for it.
No, you come up in my feed.
I know I have one. I know I have one Kaitlyn that I'm friends with subscribing to me. I don't know which.
It's me. It's me.
Anyways, I'm Dave, aka Soul Reaper Hikaru, your host of the dungeon. Thank you for taking a trip down here, and we hope to see you again soon.